Hey fishing friends, my name's Robert Maddox, and I'm coming to you from my workshop in Las Vegas, Nevada. Uh, I'm a lifelong fisherman, started when I was 7 or 8 years old, fishing on the Mississippi River. I've been fishing tournaments for over 25 years, and I love to dabble in fishing reels. I fix them, I repair them, I upgrade them. It's something I've done for over 20 years, and I love to do it. What I want to do today is I want to share something special. I want to compare two reels with you that I think you're going to find very interesting. The first one is the Piscifun Phantom. Now this reel comes to you from China, but I think you're going to be very, very impressed with its engineering. I know I am. The other is the Abu Garcia Revo S, and this is the third generation Revo S. Many people would argue that this is the flagship of American reels, or of the flagship standard reel, the Revo S or the Revo SX. You know what I mean? So, what better reel to compare the Phantom to than the Revo S? So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to unbox them, take a look at them, examine the exteriors of each reel, compare them with each other, and then we're going to tear them apart and take a peek under the hood. Stand by. What I'd like to do for you now is simply take the boxes in hand and read the reel specifications on the side of the boxes. Okay? So again, we'll start with the Piscifun Phantom. And here it is. It says 6 stainless steel ball bearings, 1 roller bearing. Aircraft grade aluminum main gear. Now folks, that's interesting. Think about that. Aircraft grade aluminum main gear. Not brass. Typically we see brass. 1-piece carbon frame. Dual braking system, centrifugal and magnetic. Machined aluminum spool, triple carbon fiber drag system, and a compact bent extended carbon handle. Interesting. Here we have 7 stainless steel ball bearings, an X-Craftic alloy frame for increased corrosion resistance. X2 Craftic. I believe that's Abu Garcia's fancy way of saying aluminum. Carbon matrix drag system, same. A pitch centrifugal brake system, that's different, and I believe that is unique to the Gen 3. The D2 gear design. What does D2 mean? It's another fancy word from Abu Garcia. It simply means that the gears are machine cut, usually using some type of computer program. Second, you have a compact bent handle and a star. Most reels have that. We have 8 bearings. The gear ratio is 6:4 to 1. The drag is interesting. The Revo has a 20-pound drag, where I believe the Piscifun has a drag of 17 pounds. Those are both exceptional and far above what most bass fishermen would ever need. Fascinating. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to unbox these reels and see how they're packaged and what comes with them. So as we open up the Piscifun, you see it's wrapped in plastic. And there's the reel. And the first thing you notice about this is it's exceptionally light. It's like having nothing in your hands at all. It's amazing. What else comes in this box? Well, a bonus reel cover. That is cool. Very, very thick neoprene reel cover. You get the schematics and a little wrench here for taking off the handle of the reel. That's pretty cool. Evo Garcia, alright, has a soft foam top. The reel just sits inside. Looks like we have warranty cards and schematics. No big deal there. And here we have the reels, guys. As you handle both of them, you notice immediately there's a significant difference in weight. I believe that the Phantom is 5.7 ounces. That's astonishing. And I believe the Evo Garcia Revo S comes in at 7.44 ounces. There's a substantial difference in your hand. You can feel the difference in weight. Okay. There's other things I want to show you that are quite a bit different between the two. You'll notice here the handle of the Phantom is carbon. Carbon and EVA grips. They're very light. These are all made for weight reduction. The Star Drag clicks. That's a cool bonus. And the spool drag here, spool tension knob, clicks. Again, nice bonus. Oh, and one more thing about the Phantom. This is an oversized handle. As you can see, compared to the Revo, there's quite a bit of difference in handle. Larger handles help. I think a lot of people prefer the larger handles. A lot of people buy the Revos and then upgrade to the larger carbon handles. So that's a big difference between the two right there. So let's go on and find some more. Here in the thumb bar, this is the thumb bar. And as you can see that thumb bar there, there is a rubber insert here. And your thumb feels real good on it and it doesn't slip. Nice addition. Nice engineering. Underneath the thumb bar, you'll see a, right here, if I can show this to you. Here, that shows up there. You can see a nice, that's an aluminum reinforcement bar that supports the underside of the thumb bar. That's a big, thick piece of aluminum giving support to the thumb bar. Here we have that's just aluminum there. It's slippery. Here, look, Evo Garcia also creates a reinforcement aluminum bar to reinforce the thumb bar. It's not nearly as thick or as wide as the one on the Piscifun Phantom, but it is a nice addition and solid engineering. Going around to the other side, we have the frames themselves. The frame of this reel is 100% carbon. It's the reason it's so light. But here's something that's interesting. If we open the left side plate and take a good look here, we can see that this side plate is also made of carbon. I've had this side plate off before on these. They're also carbon. So what you have is a carbon frame and two carbon side plates, which is why it's so darn light. Here, we know that Evo Garcia likes to say this has an X-Craftic aluminum frame. That's simply a fancy word for saying it's a 6061 hardened aluminum alloyed frame. Okay? Now, to take this side plate off, the left side plate's a little tricky because you can't just unscrew this because it won't work. You have to unscrew this and then hold it, this little screw here, and then turn it up. It'll pop right off. Now, this is the left side plate, and you'll notice that it's plastic. You'll notice that nowhere on the box, nowhere on the website will Evo Garcia tell you what these side plates are. Sometimes you'll see people describe them as graphite, but trust me, it's not 100% graphite. It's a graphite composite or in other words, just a fancy word for plastic, but that's what it is. So while it does have an aluminum frame, 6061, it certainly has plastic side plates. Or as they'll sometimes say or admit, they'll say they're graphite. Let's take a look at the spools. They're both machined, obviously. But really, guys, take a look at the difference between these two spools. Which one do you think is lighter? Look at the holes here. Look how much this is milled out. This is all 6061 hardened aircraft grade aluminum. Here, see it's solid on the sides? There is a substantial difference in weight between these two spools. And as you can see, the Piscifun spool is far, far lighter. Much more work done on this spool. It's just incredibly machined. While we have the spools out, let's also look at the weight. The centrifugal. Here, we'll go over here and look at the Piscifun first. On the outside of the Piscifun reel, you'll see that this has magnetic drag. It has from 0 to 10 settings on a magnetic drag. And if you look on the inside, you'll see the 5 weights that they use. But in addition, on the Piscifun, it also has a centrifugal. See here, you just turn it. There you go. That's all you have to do. And so it has both magnetic and centrifugal. Okay. We look over here and we see that we have a brake drum, so it must be centrifugal. But we look on the spool and we see something very interesting. What you're going to see is 3 magnetic that are not magnetic, pardon me, centrifugal weights here that say pitch. And they do not have springs. And 3 that have springs that say nothing. The ones that have springs that say nothing, those are your everyday use for long distance casting. The ones that say pitching are for flipping and pitching. This system didn't go over very well because in Gen 4 they got rid of it and went straight to magnetic. It was a little confusing to most fishermen, I think. I don't know why. And maybe it just wasn't as effective as what they thought it was going to be. I did hear a lot of overruns with the Gen 3s. Okay? So that's basically it on these reels from the external look of them. In a moment I'll take these apart and show you what it looks like on the inside. Okay folks, so what I've done is I've, as you can see, disassembled both reels. Okay? And I've removed the right side plate on both the Abu Garcia Revo S and the Piscifun Phantom. Alright? And in my hand right now is the Phantom. And there's some very interesting things here I've got to bring to your attention. So let's take a look at them. First I want to show you something. As you can see here, this is the anti-reverse bearing. Let me see if I can bring this a little closer. This is the anti-reverse bearing. Okay? Now, this is the drive shaft. At the very bottom of this drive shaft, way down here, sitting in a hole, is a bearing. That's pretty common. And what is not common, what is incredibly uncommon, is the fact that they have a large bearing. Can you see that right there? Sitting right here on top of the anti-reverse bearing. What this does is it secures the drive shaft at the top of the drive shaft against any torque, making this reel even smoother and allowing the teeth to mesh even better. Also, let me point out one other feature that I think is very unique, pretty special. As you can see, that the cam here, okay, is brass. What is unusual is the main drive gear here, let me bring it up here so you can see, is aluminum. Okay. Now, guys, I spoke to the people at Piscifun Reels, and because I was curious about an aluminum wheel drive shaft, or our main gear, I'm sorry, and what they told me was that this main gear is actually not 6061, which is so common in the fishing industry, but instead 7075 hardened aluminum alloy. This is very expensive, incredibly expensive. And note how these teeth are cut. They aren't cut straight, they're cut at an angle, allowing these to mesh perfectly together. The 7075 is much harder than brass, much harder. So to get these two silently to mesh together properly and give you the best drive, they've cut the gears at a particular angle, allowing these two to mesh together perfectly, making this reel virtually silent. It is incredible. It's a great idea. It is advanced engineering, and it's impressive. Let me show you something else. Note, we spoke about the thumb bar, and note that you don't see any plastic here, except for the yoke, which is plastic on every reel. There's no stress put on the yoke. But you'll see the clutch plate is aluminum. Here, see here? It's aluminum. It's all one piece. Great idea. Let's take a look at the Revo S. First thing you note is it has this very large brass main gear. Okay. Cam is also brass. The yoke is plastic. That's not unusual. But what is shocking to me is that the clutch plate is not just one piece of plastic, but there's multiple pieces of plastic in here. Look, get a load of all that plastic. Can you see that? I have heard people who don't know, who've never taken these reels apart, complain about Chinese reels this and Chinese reels that, and they're junk and they're full of plastic. Well, folks, here's an Abu Garcia reel. And get a load of all that plastic. Let me just read to you what is all plastic there. The kick lever. Here. Plastic. The lift curve. I'm sorry, that's the lift curve. The kick lever is plastic. The clutch plate. This entire thing is the clutch plate is plastic. And might be the worst, most offending piece of plastic on this reel, by far, in my view, is the clutch link. Why go to all the trouble to have such an amazingly reinforced thumb bar only to go to plastic on the inside? This is what will fail. This is what I repair more than any other, on anything else. This is what I repair the most on older reels. This is where it fails. Shocking to me. Shocking. Now, we'll slide this off quickly to reveal a carbon drag, just as they said it was. Carbon. You can see here there's one. This is the ear washer. You have another right here. Another carbon disc. You take this off. And you have one on the bottom. Here. So 3 carbon discs. And they say that gives them 20 pounds of drag. Okay. And the Piscifun, we take these off. It reveals. We can get it off of here. Here we go. Oh, I think I just took one off with it. No. One. This is two. And there's another. And folks, there's one. Oops. Right there. Also, 3 carbon drag. Okay. That's how that works. So they both have very advanced, very nice drags. All right. So there you go. Let me sum this up. This Abu Garcia Revo S right here is retail $129, and you can get them on sale anywhere from slightly over 100 to 130. The Gen 4s are just out now. Okay. Like I said, a lot of people consider this the standard. How can you go wrong with an Abu Garcia? This is a real company that almost nobody has heard of. Piscifun. It's Latin for fishing. Fishing fun. It's a family company. Yes, these reels are made in China. But folks, so is this. On the bottom of the reel, right there, it says made in China on the Revo. They're both made in China. It's that simple. The difference is this reel is marked up because of marketing, because of middlemen, because of distribution, because of commercials, and because of professional fishermen they pay to tell you how wonderful this reel is. But I've just showed you that this reel, while it works fine, is full of plastic. That is a fact. Plastic that will fail. It will. I know. I've replaced clutch plates on over 100 reels that have broke that are made of plastic. This is a new company. It's a family company. It's a company dedicated, absolutely without any doubt, to advanced engineering and quality. It's a company, yes, made in China, but these reels, the very fact that they can produce this reel, which I think they sell retail for $68 with a 70-75 main drive gear, that's expensive. That's incredibly expensive. 100% carbon frame, carbon side plates. Engineering so advanced that they thought to put a bearing on the top of the drive shaft to protect against rotational torque. I'll let the video speak for itself. I've thrown both. I own both. If I were to take this camera right now and shine them over there on all those reels that you see over here, you'll see they're about 50% Abu Garcia and 50% Piscifun. And I've just began to tear those Piscifun reels apart. And I can't tell you how impressed I continue to be with the way they're put together. So let me sum it up as this. You can spend $129 and get this reel and pretend that it's engineered in Sweden, and you can pretend that it has no plastic. Or you can get this reel, also made in China, from a small family company that really is putting out high quality material with amazing engineering. The tool work on this is absolutely second to none, with no plastic whatsoever. Aluminum, 6061, all around the reel, 7075 main drive gear, and an entire carbon frame and carbon side plates for $68. I think it's a no-brainer. Give it a shot. Give any of their reels a shot. They're fantastic. Thank you for spending some time with me this afternoon. Everyone, have a great time on the water.